my name is Lauren Tam, and I'm an education consultant with Usborne Books More. And um, I wanted to share some of our Shakespeare titles with you today. And I'm going to do something a little different because I feel that there's enough of a selection here that I can really show that Usborne Books More really is all about promoting literacy and getting kids to love reading. And it does this on many different levels. And I'm going to share with you some of these amazing titles, and then I'm going to share why these particular books are so great and how they are encouraging the love of reading and fostering that. So the first book that I want to share with you is a sticker book. I have a very tactile child. She is very hands-on with everything. If I try to sit down with her, I have to give her something to do. If I just want to read a book, whether it's give her something to look on the page, or have her coloring, or Play-Doh, or whatever it is, her hands need to be busy. Well, the sticker books that we have really provide that. And I don't have my Shakespeare sticker book anymore. We do have Shakespeare sticker books. And they have stickers of costumes for the different actors and the different plays that they have. This is not the sticker book, but it's just wanted to give you an idea about what they look like. So you'll have the costumes, and the pages will correspond with the pages that they go with in the book. So this is something that you can choose to read a play, and while you're reading the play, your child can work on this. Or if you have siblings and one is reading aloud to you and you want your other one to listen, and then give them something to do. The next one, again, I don't have the book, but the next one is one of our Usborne illustrated stories. This one would be from Shakespeare. I have from Dickens on me, but it looks very similar to this. It has a, I call it a poofy binding. It's a squishy binding. It's hardback, but it has like a squishy feel to it. And this one's really designed for about 8 years old if they're going to read it. Or you can read it aloud to children. I started to talk to you about how our books, how I can show you the differences, how the different books of our Shakespeare titles really foster a love of reading. These books are beautiful. These illustrated stories, they're amazing, and you just really want to read them. I can't begin to tell you how important it is that you have books that you want to read to your child. It's very key. A child will sense when you don't want to read a book to them, whether it be because you're tired or it's just not something that you like. They know. They really do. And I speak from experience because if I have a book that I love, I get really animated. I get really excited. I change my voice for different characters. My voice goes up, my voice goes down, and my kids know that I love these books, and they get excited because they want to share that with me, and kids really do. They really want to share that with you. So it's great for bonding as well. So, but this book is really phenomenal. It has 6 different stories. The Shakespeare one does. The Tempest, I believe Taming of the Shrew, Shakespeare, yes, they're all Shakespeare. Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, hold on a second, I think I have it here. Macbeth, Twelfth Night, they're not Taming of the Shrew. Twelfth Night, Midsummer's Night Dream, Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, and The Tempest. They're all in the Shakespeare book, and at the very end of the book, it'll have an internet link that gives you more information about Shakespeare, which is a really neat thing too. So the next set that I'm going to show you is the Shakespeare Collection. And this is really good for about 7 years old. I really encourage that these are written, so they're about 60 to 65 pages a piece, but you can break them up Not you don't have to read them all. It has chapters, so you can read a chapter at a time, so it's not too much. And it has a little bit about the story, and then it has these beautiful illustrations. Again, there's really not that too much on the page. Even if your child is a really excellent reader, I still encourage you to have them read aloud to you. The reason reading aloud is so important is, one, it really does enhance the understanding of the context and the content of the story, as well as if they're mispronouncing words or need help with vocabulary, you're able to help out with that. And so even though a child can very well read independently, I strongly, strongly encourage still to make sure you're reading aloud to them and that they're reading to you. Okay, next one, and the next two really go hand in hand. We have the stories from Shakespeare and the Usborne Book of Shakespeare, I believe it's called. I can't remember the name of the title right off the top of my head. It's The World of Shakespeare, World of Shakespeare. And these books really go hand in hand. Now, these are designed for 11 and up if they read it independently. If you're reading it to them, then 8 and 9 is good. If these are really good, if you want to take some time to study Shakespeare, these are the stories from Shakespeare. Is really, really amazing. It has 10 of Shakespeare's works really laid out, very easy to read, in a very easy to read format style. It has beautiful illustrations, and then which is, it's really fun. But you can tell it's a little bit more in depth. It's going to be a little bit more of the, a little bit for an older crowd. And at the end of, after the 10 stories, after the 10 plays are retold, you have, there's Winter's Tale. Sorry, trying to get to the page. You have who is Shakespeare and some more of his stories and his works. And then you have 24, the rest of his 24 plays, just really condensed. Who the main characters are, what the type of the play was, when it was written, a very brief version of what it's about, the main characters, what happens, and then a famous quote and whereabout the famous quote was said. So, all's well that ends well, love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. And that's from when that's the Countess's advice to Bertram when he leaves home. So there are 24 of those. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, the other one, The World of Shakespeare, is not necessarily a stories, but it's more about the history, and it's internet linked, which means that there are going to be throughout the book, there are going to be websites that you can click on that will take you to more information about these subjects. So it's more of a history lesson about the time of Shakespeare, the things that were going on during his time. There are illustrations of the Globe Theater. Later in the book, there are modern photos of actors that were who portrayed various characters. I think Dustin Hoffman is included in that. So really, really, really amazing. Now, these books can be designed to be more of an independent study for your older reader, like I said, about 11 years old or so. Or you can take it and do it with them. I mean, amazing. These books are really, really amazing. So those are the 5 Shakespeare books that we have. Again, I feel that the stories from Shakespeare and the world of Shakespeare really go hand in hand. And I cannot emphasize enough that you have to love the books that you have for your kids, and your kids have to love them. They have to have the beautiful illustrations. They have to be informative and inviting, and I call them delicious. So I hope that this helps you understand that, yes, we sell children's books, but we really do so much more than that. We really do promote literacy because we provide books that get children to love reading. So I would love to help you if you have any questions, and I hope that this was informative, and thanks for taking the time and checking out books about Shakespeare.